Oh, the Planeswalkers, they're coming out. We got a new Teferi here, people. Are you ready for a Teferi? Every single time there's like a new Teferi, it's like, oh my god, it's another Teferi, and it's always playable. All right, I think they're giving us a little bit of a break now. Teferi, who slows the sunset. That's right, maybe there won't be a second sunrise. We got 4 mana, so Jace the Mind Sculptor-like casting cost, but it's a blue, a white, and 2 generic. +2, choose up to 1 target artifact, up to 1 target creature, and up to 1 target land. It doesn't need to be yours. Could be yours, could be your opponent's. Untap the chosen permanents you control. You gain 2 life. -2, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Like, this is like a crappy Narset for the most part. You can get anything, right? But, like, Narset more or less does the job itself as well. And the -7 is... it's a bit of a commander meme. You get an emblem with untap all permanents you control during each opponent's untap step, and you draw a card during each opponent's draw step. So, I mean... he and commander, or like if you're playing with like 20 people, I mean, this is amazing. But you know, good luck getting that off, or good luck getting any advantage in actual 1v1 competitive format. I think this is very underwhelming. I mean, like, hey, it might see play in standard, and who knows? I don't know what the limit is in Pioneer. Maybe Pioneer's looking for something like this. Pioneer, they ain't got no Jace the Mind Sculpt or anything like that. So maybe this can see play and it gains some life. Whatever. It can do that. But anyway, new Teferi coming out in Innistrad Midnight Hunt. All right, so welcome everyone to the morning show where we discuss all things Magic. Get your questions fired up. Let's have a great discussion this morning. And I got my coffee. I'm ready with my coffee here today. You got your coffee? You got your tea? You have your beer? I don't know what time it is, hey, but whatever time it is, it's always a great time to brew up some Magic. So, and also we do Decklist reviews, so if you got a 75 you'd like some feedback on, hey, submit it to us, and both myself and the coffee crew would love to give you that feedback. So brew up those coffees, coffee crew. Let's brew up some Magic this morning. Welcome to Coffee and MTG for September 9th, 2021. I am your host, Nikachu, the Merfolk Master. Good morning. Good morning, Gold Medals. Good morning, James Giliberto. Oh, you caught the... oh, yeah, the Matrix Resurrections trailer dropped 30 minutes ago. I saw it myself. I saw it as I was eating my breakfast. Looks awesome. I suggest everyone watches that trailer. To be fair, I was a huge fan of the first movie. I saw it in theaters. The second one was good. I liked the second one. It was fine. The third one, maybe I was too young to give a crap about it, but it just seemed like this really long, endless action scene that I'm like, I can't even watch this whole thing. But really interested in this new movie coming out. Good morning, Veltenvosh. Good morning, Bayer. Good morning, I'm Titan. Tiago. And Ibra also, yeah, good morning to everyone who watched the Matrix Resurrection trailer drop 30 minutes ago. Is this like a meme? Everyone's got a... hey, everyone, there's a Matrix Resurrections trailer. Matrix 4. What time is it where I am? It's 9 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. That's why I advertise at the end of every video. You can catch this in the morning. 9 a.m. CST. Good morning, Trevor, Matt Waz, Sam P, James, Jacob, Jason, Veltenvosh, Jake, GP, Chris, Kaya. Good morning, everyone. All right, we got, anyway, 3 question marks before the question, 3 question marks after the question. Helps me find your questions amongst all the comments I'm getting on my social media channels. But if you're on YouTube, you can cheat the system with super chats. Donate with a super chat, and your question gets pushed to the top of the feed. Geo, is Florian Volderin Scion good or slow? If you have to ask that question, it's probably too slow. Oh, this is the new vampire. The sexy vampire, apparently. They're giving sex appeal to the vampires. Like, all the vampires now are just bare-chested. The romance novel. Like, okay, first strike. At the beginning of your post-combat... at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, the second one, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the total amount of life your opponent lost this turn. Exile one of those cards. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may play the exiled card this turn. Well, this thing doesn't actually need to deal the damage. Something else can. You'd have to play test it. On the surface, I don't like it. It's legendary. Hold on, you may play that exile card this turn, but you have to cast it. It would say it's so it's not even free. It is card advantage. I don't know. I think it's gonna be. I don't think it's slow. I think it's clunky. That's my problem with this card. I think it's clunk. It's Clunk City. But we'll wait and see if anyone can make some use out of it. Good morning, LK. TEFERI who breaks the meta? I don't think so. I don't think they broke the meta this time. I mean, maybe the standard meta. I don't know what it's like in standard. Maybe they need a planeswalker. Maybe they need something broken. They haven't seen something broken since... They haven't seen anything broken since Eldraine cycled out. Let's see. Now we need to know why they reprinted Pithing Needle. Maybe for the planeswalkers. You know, it might even be something that we're gonna see years, like not years, like a year from now in future standard sets. We may not know, we may not be able to appreciate the what Pithing Needle does for the standard environment until like another year or so from now. They do that, you know, they plant these cards to be answers to future problems. Although very often, actually, to be honest, the history of Magic, they usually create a problem and give you no answer and then give you the answer afterwards. So are there any cards in the prior set that looks like Pithing Needle answers? That's actually usually how it is. Because why would they want to neuter like the new powerful cards from their set? No, they want you to play with the powerful cards, then it gets stupid and obnoxious, and then the answer comes out. Oh, thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for this great bounty. This bounty you have given upon us. Dan Reed with the $5 super chat. Thanks for helping me procrastinate late at night by listening to your streams. You're welcome. What's a good Orzov deck to buy for Modern? I love Orzov. You've got a few options. Okay, I give you two options. One is just Orzov Stoneblade that uses Grief and Ephemerate for value. See what we can do. Orzov, you're going to play some Orzov Stoneblade, or are you going to play some Orzov... where's Stoneblade? Show yourself. Here he goes. He even has Orzov here in the colors. Orzov Stoneblade. Now, now there is this version. Now I guess you have three options. You can go full Orzov Stoneblade, and maybe look at your options by going to MTG Goldfish. Go to decks, like popular decks. Oh, I'm gonna go back, and then switch to Modern. Oh, I can't go back. This is how you do it. But so you have three, I guess you have a spectrum of decks to choose from. You can go Stoneblade, which is going to be Stoneforge Mystic and Solitude and Grief and Ephemerate. And it looks like this is heavily in that direction. But then there are other versions that are, this version particularly is, no, actually this version is not Reanimator-like. I saw the Persist and the Undying Evil and I thought, oh, this is a Reanimator deck, but actually it's not. It's not a Reanimator deck. This is the value version. But then there are versions that split it up. It's like half Reanimator combo, half Stoneblade. And then there are Orzov decks that are like all Reanimator, no Stoneforge Mystic at all. So pending what you like to play, you can play a hybrid of all three of those. But I have to admit, the hybrid, the weird... The Stoneblade Reanimator deck is weird. I just think it's weird and stupid. Eldrazi Taxes is a black-white deck too. Well, it's like a three-color deck. It's colorless and black-white. I mean, it's close. One problem with this deck is that it's not good. That's the problem. It's not that good. What is your Champion of the Parish Merfolk pun name since they did it with the Zion? No, Champion of the Pearl Trident. That's fine with me. Champion of the Pearl Trident is good enough for me. Anyway, so that's my recommendation. It's a tier deck. See, like there are some versions playing with Archon of Cruelty and Priest of Fell Rites, but you can go even further, lean even further into that Reanimator package and less on the Stone. You might not see those Reanimator decks in this category. Just heads up that they exist. That's all. So that's what I would recommend in Orzov in Modern, and it's competitive. What do we got here? Is Florian... Are you just repeating some people's questions? Has Elementals fallen out of favor? Don't see many of them anymore. Maybe it is falling out of favor, but it's still standing. It's still there. It's still strong. Modern Challenge just, how long ago? August 14th? Oh, that's old. Oh! It's been a while. What are the most recent results? Latest league showed all these things, but only one Modern Challenge. Maybe the metagame is healing. The metagame's adapting to the Elemental deck. It's the only thing that can only explain this. Because it's all league results, and league results are like not very indicative of how powerful or how well positioned a deck is. But the preliminary results are good, and the Modern Challenge results are good, and we're not seeing much of it, are we? We don't. There's almost no Modern Challenge results, and when there is, it's like a 25th place. You're right. Elementals is falling. Fast. Almost crashing. Huh. I didn't even pay attention to that. Jund is coming back. Jund go up, Elementals go down. I agree. I think it's starting to fall out of favor. When we get in the Bauble ban, we might get a Lurrus ban before we get a Bauble ban. So, I don't know if we're at the breaking point yet, but there's more and more rumblings of Lurrus. People want to see Lurrus banned on Twitter. It's not super heated yet, but you know, it's the start. It's the spark. And then if they can catch enough of Wizards of the Coast attention, Lurrus is gone. That's how it is. Okay, Ibra, you're gonna get put timed out. Hold on, we need mods. Okay, we need. It's mod day today. So if you're on, hold on. Okay, so this is gonna be weird. Okay, hold on. I have to turn off something. Stop screen share. Just give me a second. I hope this is not going to double. Or I can turn the audio off. You look away for 1 minute. Okay, so now we know we're permanently here. Alright, Tyler Roberts, congratulations. You are a mod. Aztec guy, we're going to make you a moderator. I'm going to choose people that I see all the damn time. Ibradu, I think, has like some sort of virus or something. I don't know. He's been here like a million times, but today he's spamming. So I think has more... Probably something wrong with his account. We're going to make GPGP, you're here all the time. Here, we'll make Kaya moderator too. Excellent. Congratulations, all new moderators. You have the power now. What do we need for what do we need mods? what do we need mods for? You know, I used to think like that. I just want it to be a free for all. Let's make everything a free for all. Oh, you're powerless here. Okay, hold on. I'll make you powerful. Okay, hold on. Oh, I got to stop the screen share again. Yeah, you were powerful on the big channel. Okay, you're back. You got the power back. So anyway, I used to think that, you know, what do you need moderators for? Just let it all go free and it will be fun. And then you find out like the spammers just ruin everything. Spammers be spamming. Can I just say that all the mods are wonderful people and I should never need to think about banning me? Yeah, exactly. Alright. May the powers be with you. Alright, so where's some real questions here? Tybell. I think Arlen Planeswalker is actually pretty good. Maybe a little underrated. The Arlen one. Oh, the Arlen Chord. Arlen Chord. Let's see, 4 mana until end of turn, 1 target creature gets +2/+2, gets Vigilance and Haste, or you can put Wolfies in play. And the other side is... Oh no, this is old. What am I doing? This is the new Arlen. Like this, I recognize this card. This is the Daybound and Nightbound. Until your next turn, you may cast creature spells as though they had flash. I don't really think that's very impressive. Hold on, how many wolves? We get 2 wolves for -3. That's actually pretty good. I do approve. And on this, the other side, you get to add mana. Or until end of turn, Arlen, the Moon's Fury, becomes a 5/5 werewolf creature with trample, indestructible, and haste. So it becomes a Kuldra complete. This Wolfie is complete. You know, okay, okay, she's wearing her clothes, but then they get torn to shreds. There's nothing left. So what's gonna happen when it becomes day again? Did anyone think that through? Someone's gonna make like an altar. The day into Nightbound, but then day again. I can't remember. There was like a show that was something like that. They turned into monsters, and then when they turned back, they're like basically naked. Arlen has small potential for hardened scales. Arlen's gotten a lot younger. Ezequiel. Is Spell Pierce a good force negation budget replacement for sideboard? Absolutely. I love Spell Pierce. I think Spell Pierce is a very good card. I just don't play it because there are better options, like Chalice of the Void, Force Negation, and so on. But Spell Pierce is a very, very good card. Very good. A very, very nice card. Still like it. Would still play it. Tiago Santos. Do you think zombies will become a relevant deck in Modern with the new additions? Well, what do you mean by additions? I know the Champion of the Parish is good. So the Champion of the Perished. He's dead now. He's gone. Or is he back? He's back as a perished zombie. Whatever. He's going forward and backwards, but twirling towards victory. We gotta wait and see. I want to say yes, because there have been multiple times in the past. Aspiring Spike has 2/5/0s with zombie decks, where zombies clearly had potential, and probably was even a deck in the metagame period if you really wanted to, you know, stick with it. Just like I stick with Merfolk. But now it's getting a clear, huge upgrade with the Champion of the Parish. So I imagine that it should be a deck. And if there is a Zombies Master out there that just want to stick to that deck thick, you know, no matter what, thick and thin, then it can be a deck. Oh, reprinted the Pithing Needle for Pioneer. That's actually a good. That's a really very, very good point. If Pioneer did not have Pithing Needle, it now does. What's your opinion on Eldrazi for Modern? I think it's great. I said it was underrated for forever. Now maybe it's accurately rated. Let's see, where does it stand? No, maybe it's still underrated. Like, I think it's just good versus all these decks, except for maybe 5-color elementals. I think Eldrazi is a sleeper deck. People are sleeping on that deck. Big time. Big sleep. 27, Noetic. What is your Champion of the Parish Merfolk punt? Oh, I got that one, yeah. Champion of the Pearl Trident. We got a Merfolk of the Pearl Trident, Master of the Pearl Trident. Now we can have a champion. We need the champ! The champ is in the house! If they would only print the damn thing. Yeah, we already talked about TEFERI. You want to talk about some more? It's still on screen. It's 4 mana, as will be unplayable in Modern. The pro, like, I mean, none of these abilities are interesting. Tap the chosen permanents you don't control, so you can tap your opponent's stuff, like, but it's on your turn. They're just gonna untap with it. The -2 is very underwhelming, because Narset already does this. And then that -7 is purely a commander ultimate. I'm sure the commander players, their eyes are just lighting up over this thing. Oh my god, this will be great in my Bant deck. My Bant deck. I'm gonna have so much mana and playing with my other Teferis. You know what, there's a card that caught my eye. I don't know if this is gonna be playable, but I thought it was pretty cool. Where is it? Where did you go? Oh, here we are. Leer, Disciple of the Drowned. 5 mana, 3/4 creature. It's pretty expensive. Spells can't be countered though, and each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard has flashback. So the deal is, you get to play the cards perpetually for forever. Metamorphose. You can Metamorphose through your entire deck with this thing. You have rituals, like, I don't know if a Storm deck wants to use this, but any deck with Metamorphose gets to draw through their entire deck. It's just it's snap combo. Like, what do people think about this Lear card? Anyway, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's cool. I don't know if it can see play because of the 5 mana cost, but yeah, it is sort of like Past in Flames, except you don't have to worry as much about your graveyard getting exiled. So it has, because if they exile like some X percentage of your graveyard, whatever, you just play another ritual from your hand. Your one ritual, and this is infinite mana. It's infinite mana. Oh, wait a minute. The flashback cost is equal to that. Oh, so we just ruined it all. Flashback exiles. Damn it! So we don't have anything. Okay, so this card sucks. How did I misinterpret this card? And this will now mark number 205 of Nikachu misunderstanding and misinterpreting cards. Well, I got excited for a second. Now we got everybody in the comments section. The people, the moderators are gonna ban me for stupid interpretation. So is there anything valuable about this? I guess that the spells can't be countered. That's about it. Otherwise, this is just tribal. This is a Past in Flames. It's Past in Flames that makes your spells uncounterable. Alright. I don't care about this card anymore. I don't care. Yeah, punt count. Well, it's way higher than that. Spoiler season is rough on content creators, especially if they're doing things live. But even more embarrassing than misinterpreting a card live is misinterpreting a card in a video. Oh man, I've done that before. But fortunately, you can... for any YouTube content creators out there, you can delete sections of your video if you screw up. I've definitely done that before. Yeah, we're the fake... Hey, Nikachu News was always a fake news channel. The most unreliable source on MTG. Steve think Planeswalkers in Commander are kind of meh, really. It has to be good enough to make it through 3 opponents, not just 1. Well, it sounds like you got some sort of brute force mentality when you're playing Commander. Like, I gotta beat everybody. You know what I mean? I gotta beat everybody. Whereas I find the person who wins is the person who just wasn't the target. They were just sort of dirtling around themselves, and they set up a bit of a defense, and they let everyone else expel their resources. Then in the end, aha! Now it is time to attack, and boom! Take care of everybody. But I think the trick is you gotta let everyone take care of themselves. Now, honestly, I prefer the brute force method myself. I'm like, all right, let's go. I see it's 3-on-1 as far as I'm concerned. I can take y'all on. Take y'all on. Bring on a 4th. I don't care. It's all good. But would Lear be any good in Gift Storm? Maybe not. Well, maybe. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's even a creature, which is relevant to the deck. In that you can set up a blocker if your opponent has a bunch of creatures. Oh, with the super chat, Dan Reed. Sorry, I sometimes miss the $2 ones because I don't always get a notification for $2 super chats. But thank you very much for the super chat. Have you ever had the Aussie classic Vegemite? Sounds like a Pokemon. I have not. Oh, it's like Marmite? I've never had this stuff. I don't know. Does this taste sweet? Is it salty? I don't have a damn clue. If it's like a sweet jam, I would like it a lot. But I don't know what I'm looking at. Does anyone else have experience with Marmite? Or Vegemite for that matter. It looks like the same thing. Maybe they're two completely things. So hold on, what does it say? B vitamins for vitality, proudly made in Australia since 1923, which means they're coming close to their 100-year anniversary. Got to get that Vegemite, what's it called? Gotta hype up Vegemite for the big 100. I've never had it, but I think it's more bitter than salty. First it's sour, then it's sweet. It's nasty as hell. Machine cases. Vegemite is amazing. Tastes like my number 2. Yep, it's salty-ish and has a very malted, yeasty flavor to it. Why do you want this? It's kind of a burnt taste to it, but it's not bad on toast. You know, if I really need my vitamin B, I will just get it from, like, the Flintstones. Those Flintstones vitamins. Sam P with a huge super chat, $10. Thank you so much, Sam P. Hey, Nikachu, I'm a mechanist / manufacturer, and I was wondering if you got any good ideas for anything I can make MTG themed to sell. I mainly work with metals and wood. Time to down our coffees. So, I mean, this is already made, but you could maybe make maybe a more customized, more fancy version. But there's like die rolls that are metal. You know what I think would be cool that people don't explore at all, and that is upkeep reminder figurines. Like, for example, if I want to give myself a reminder for my upkeep, I'll put a die on top of my deck. You're allowed to put an object on top of your deck to remind your upkeep, but that could be anything. And maybe it can be something fancier. Like, I don't understand why we don't bring, like... Do I have something small available to me? Like, you know, like, what are those Nintendo... Well, I mean, there's all the... Yeah, there's, like, deck boxes you can make. You can make, card boxes. But those... I'm just trying to think of things that have never been done before. You know, enter a market that has nothing. Make a little cute little Arcbound Rapture. That's an interesting idea. Make figurine... Amiibos, that's what I was thinking about. No, why aren't anyone using Amiibos? So if... I don't know how much you can craft, but if you can craft little figurines of maybe Magic the Gathering characters, or even like an Ornithopter or something, I think that would be really cool. Dice Cup, maybe. You know, honestly, I have thought about this myself. Like, what kind of... The sad part is a lot of people like to spend their money exclusively on Magic cards. But when it comes to... There's got to be room for something else. The other merchandise that people can buy for Magic the Gathering. Maybe metal goblin tokens or something. I was thinking, like, little figurines of, like, Magic characters. Goblins. Maybe a Ravager. But like the main point is, we in Magic do use upkeep stops, so that upkeep stop could be like a figurine, and if that was in wood or metal, I think that would be really cool. I mean, I'm all ears from everybody else. Dice Cup is weird, to be honest. With manufacturing, you need to do something that a 3D printer cannot, something larger. That needs to be versatile. Well, is there metal 3D printers? Construct 3D tokens. A sun medallion with a moon or other side for day for a night token tracker. Oh, that would be cool. Oh, yeah. Some sort of medallion that you could flip back and forth day and night. But that would be very temporary. Like, you need to sell that immediately while the set is hot, and then after the set is over, it may not sell very well. So stuff that is, like, eternal would be very good. I'm down with upkeep reminder things. Give me an ether vial. So, like, what, a deck box case? Like a deck box for the deck box? Truth be told, I don't feel like we have a lot of variety for airtight, durable deck boxes. Why not wood deck boxes? Well, you could definitely do that. You could definitely do that. However, there's a lot of players in that space. So it would have to be... I mean, it could be custom deck boxes, like a mix of wood and metal, like some sort of wood design. Sorry, a wood box with some metal design that makes it unique, that breaks away from the other competitors. I think a deck box that uses gears to open would be really cool. That's interesting. Make metal Phyrexian stuff. People love that symbol. Oh yeah. Cater to the Phyrexians. The Phyrexians. I got it. Aztec guys, I got it. Make metallic tokens. The same size as cards with pictures or names of popular upkeep triggers like Delver. Then place a wooden inlay. Ooh, that's interesting. A play table. Wood media of planeswalkers. Maybe some sort of wall art. That's also possible. People love art. So I hope that's some food for thought. I've definitely thought this over myself. Not specifically in the metals and wood area, because I can't do that at all. I don't. I'm not much of a manufacturer. My father works with a lot of wood. I am not a person with my hands. But I hope that gives you some ideas, and good luck with it. Good luck. How easy, Flare RT asks, how easy do you think it is to pull a Triskeda file win? Didn't pronounce that very well. Which one? Hold on. You want the file, not phobia. You have no maximum hand size at the beginning of your upkeep. If you have exactly 13 cards in your hand, you win the game. At your upkeep, so you need to have, at the beginning of your upkeep, what the hell? Oh, but you can draw cards on your opponent's turn. If you have exactly 13 cards in your hand, you win the game. In Modern, it will be impossible. Like, in Constructed Magic, this is pointless. This seems like a very sad way to win the game. Like, if you're just spending a lot of mana to draw cards... Oh, no, but you have no maximum hand size, so it doesn't matter. So you can, like, draw the cards. You could be up to 12 and then draw one more at the end of your opponent's turn. I think it's hard. I mean, can you do it? Absolutely. But if you put that much effort into winning like this, you could have won some other way. You could have won with, like, a Planeswalker, for example. Because the only way this is happening is you have utter dominant control over the game. Your opponent's doing nothing because you controlled the board, you destroyed everything. You can plop this thing down, you have enough counter magic to protect it for days. And you have a lot of mana, and you have nothing else to do with it except to draw cards. So, in Constructed, I think this would be the most win more of win more cards. In Commander, I do not know. Commander, this maybe... I mean, it might make everyone very nervous around the board. In Commander, this might actually just be a good value card. It's just a random creature that can draw you cards every turn. If you're doing nothing else. Oh, we're getting hot. It is hot with the super chats today. Dan Reed with the super chat. First off, if you have a P.O. box, I would love to send you some Vegemite in response to Legend Manufacturing, dude. I will buy an upkeep reminder thing if you build one. Third buff Soul Sisters, please. Well, Soul Sisters? Okay, so first off, you can DM me, or you can send this Vegemite stuff. I'll eat it on stream. Oh, actually... Okay, hold on. This is something I've forgotten for like a month and a half. I have to make mention. So DM me on like Twitter or Facebook. You can send me something. I will buy an upkeep reminder thing from Sam. So you got a customer already. And third, buff Soul Sisters, please. Soul Sisters, I think already has the buff, to be honest. Soul Sister has the buff. Like, people just need to like play with the Heliod combo in it. But thank you very much, Dan, for the super chat. Okay, someone sent me something really neat. They sent me a German foil Wanderwine hub. Oh, the focus won't focus on it because it's too focused on me. But they, who was it? It was from Christian. Can't read the last name very well. But it's from Germany. Christian from Germany. Thank you so much for the foil Wanderwine hub. I really appreciate it. Really cool. I think I'm missing one foil Wanderwine hub, so this completes my foil set. Not that I'm collecting foils much anymore these days. And it's got a good foil, and it's in German. Handelsblatt am Wanderweinfluss. So der Handelsblatt am Wanderweinfluss ins Spiel kommt Kannst du in Mirvolk Kart as deiner Hand offer voorzegen. Falls du dies nicht tust, kommt der Handelsplatz am Winterfluss getapt in Spiel. Okay, so like me impersonating someone who is German. Nikachu impersonating someone German reading German without actually knowing German. I was gonna send you OG Foil Islands, didn't know how. $170 Visionagus on course? I don't know. What the hell does that mean? Curse Troll MTG. New Teferi will permanently replace Jace in Blood Control in Modern? No. Get the F out of here. BS. I call big BS on that. I don't think this is replacing anything. So going back to Teferi. New Teferi will permanently replace Jace in Blood Control Modern. 3 Teferi, new Teferi. I mean, okay, I mean for the Teferi tribal decks, if you're playing Teferi tribal, yes. It will give you more reasons to play Teferis, and then all we're missing is the 2-mana Teferi. Oh, we got Dan Ree with the super chat. Thank you very much. What's your favorite basic land? Mine is unstable too. Okay, so Juan, I have a few. Let us all know your favorite. It might be difficult to explain your favorite unstable island. Hold on, unstable island. So this is my favorite in foil. It's really gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. Can we get a bigger one? There, we got a big one. So I like it for the jagged rocks. I like the composition. I like the waves. I like that there's birds in the background, or in the foreground, I should say. A lot of people, they don't see the birds. They're little birds here, and they really pop out in a foil. In the foil, they just like it's gorgeous. Now, if I were to not take this island, I have to admit I like the blue mana symbol. I love the blue mana symbol on my cards. There's no blue mana symbol here, but I'm just gonna have to live with it. Now, if it wasn't this, oh, what was it? Onslaught Island? Yeah, this is my favorite island. Can we get a bigger one? I want a bigger one, please. There we go. It's slightly bigger. I like this one a lot. If I were not to take a full art one, because I like the colors. Again, I like the composition. I feel there's something blue about this. This is all blue for me. This is an all German language chat. New mods, get on it. So these are my favorite islands. But yeah, I basically play with the unstable ones, so long as I'm not forced to play with snow-covered islands. If I'm not forced. Tybell, should I wait to see if zombies becomes a viable deck, or just sell my Gravecrawlers now? Why are you selling Gravecrawlers? The Gravecrawler's gonna stick around. Why did they? Oh, did they pump up in price? Did they pump up? Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let's go to mtgstonks.com. MTG Stonks. Everyone's anticipating that Gravecrawler going to be the next big thing because Champion of the Perished. I wouldn't say this is a big rise. Like, what? It went from like $6 to $9. Just hold on to them. Just hold on. You'd be selling for not much. What, you're going to make $12? Like, and if it goes back down, it'll only go back down to like, I don't know, maybe $7. So like not even remotely worth it. Scott Campbell with the super chat. Thank you very much, Scott. If there is one, what is your favorite merfolk that you wish you could play but just can't seem to find a place for in your deck? A card that I want to play, but there's just no place for it. I really like... it's a tough question. There's a lot of merfolk. There's like a lot of merfolk I play in Commander that I'm like, these are really awesome. What is it called? Shore... Floor Oracle. Or sea floor Oracle. Yeah, this is it. I really like this card. But it's 4 mana. And like, you just... It's so unrealistic that I'm going to get this thing off. It's just never going to happen. Because whenever a merfolk you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. And it's a merfolk in itself. And so, like, if the board... Like, in Historic, when I played this card, I swung with a bunch of creatures, and I just made tons... I just got so many creatures. I drew so many cards off of it. I was like, wow, this is bananas. I love this effect. If only it was for, like, 3 mana or something. But if it was 3 mana, it's probably broken. Or maybe not. I don't know. But I would love to play this card. But it's, like, impossible to play. There's just never any room. And it's 4 mana, so it's just not a priority whatsoever. Yeah, and sometimes it's Tidebinder Mage. I wish I can play... Well, I can play... I'll play Tidebinder Mage if I can play Tidebinder Mage. But the problem is Tidebinder Mage just isn't always well-positioned. What is the point of the Snowlands again? It's to confuse your opponent. There's no technical downside, or there's not big enough of a downside, usually, to not play the Snowland. See, if I play a Snowland turn 1 and I pass, say I have Snow-Covered Island... Now, all of a sudden, my opponents think, oh, I'm playing with Icefang Quaddle. I'm playing with, like, I don't know, On Thin Ice. I'm playing some snow deck. And then they're going to play around cards as if I am one of those snow decks. Whereas if I just play a regular basic land, okay, I'm definitely not a snow deck. Yeah, let's check those stonks. Oh, Tyler Roberts. Thoughts on Werewolf Pack Leader in Humans? Let's see, where... Well, I think I got this question before. Or maybe not. Werewolf Pack Leader. 3/3. Pack Tactics. Whenever Werewolf Pack Leader attacks, if you attacked with creatures with total power 6 or greater, this turn... this combat, draw a card. 4 mana until end of turn. Werewolf Pack Leader has base power and toughness 5/3, gains trample, and isn't a human. Oh, so this is a human right now with a wolfy head. The furries must be all over this. But, I don't like it. I don't like it. You got to attack. You have to have 6. You attack with 6 things. I don't like it. And it's 2 mana intensive. Like, humans doesn't even have a green mana to afford. Can't say it's good. The 6 power thing may not even be easy either. Well, maybe it is. Maybe the pack tactics thing is not too bad, but like the 4, like, I don't. It's probably not even necessary to. Well, I'll tell you what. Play test it, but I don't think it's good. I think the double green is also going to be very difficult to cast as well. Whenever you have a Horizon land that is not green, it's going to be a problem. I know it's tough. I see the potential, but I don't really want to believe. And drawing cards would be nice for humans. They could use that. They have like no card draw. And attacking for 6, honestly, is not unrealistic in humans. And this thing attacks for 3. Try it out. Anything, you never know what's going to happen until you try. I see there's potential, so like I'm not going to say it's outright crap, because you don't even need to activate the ability. It's nothing special anyway. But not the most impressive card. But like the one thing I don't like about this, what I love about humans, is the humans deck. Creature enters the battlefield, you get value. Creature enters the battlefield, you get value. Creature enters the battlefield, you get value. Even Mantis Rider, it enters the battlefield, it has haste, you attack for 3, you get some value before it dies. But this card enters the battlefield, does nothing. You actually have to wait until your next turn to get the value. So that's my problem with this card. And I think humans was humans because of all of its great ETBs. Great ETBs. Dan Reed, you guys with the super chats. Oh my god, Chubby Meatball's gonna eat really well for weeks. Thoughts on the stupidity over OP card Evolving Wilds? Oh. OP? This is like a troll super chat. Unless you're talking about like the weird art for Evolving Wilds. Evolving Wilds, the budget fetch land. The fetch land of all fetch lands. Sacrifice Evolving Wilds, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Hey, get this, people. What if there was a fetch land that the land came into play tapped on your turn, but it always came into play untapped on the opponent's turn? Could that be a budget fetch land that they could design in the future? That is interesting. Like, it's a strictly worse fetch land. And maybe it only gets basics. Give us Chubby Meatball. Chubby Meatball's not around right now. But I was just thinking, that just popped into my head. You know, we've got... That might even be a thing about, like, just even lands. Like, there might be lands, if it enters the battlefield on the opponent's turn, it comes into play untapped. But if it comes into play... if it's your turn, it comes into play taps. Moving cardboard. How do Merfolk beat Sarah's Emissary? Player can get protection from creatures. Yeah, but not protection from instants. So let's look at Sarah's Emissary. So yeah, when it enters the battlefield, choose a card type. You and creatures you control have protection from the chosen card type. But not protection from sorceries. Not protection from instants. So you can just bounce it. Just bounce it. Play... I mean, I play Petty Theft. Out of Brazen Borrower. Boom! Because when you play the Petty Theft side, it's an instant. It's not a creature. Haha! Got him! Thought you were all high and mighty. Hiding behind that Sarah's Emissary. Chubby Meatball is absolutely adorable. I die for Chubby Meatball. We all pledge allegiance to Chubby Meatball. Remember River of Tears? It's similar to your fetch mechanic. True story. And it sees some play. It's like a one-of in control deck sometimes. You hear the music. Next you see the banner. And you know it's Decklist review time. Oh god, did I thank the sponsors today? Well, F me. Quick shout out to sponsors Fusion Gaming Online. 15% off All Forgotten Realms singles and sealed product. That's right, it just came out. It's already on sale, which might say something about the the set. But hey, if you're looking for a deal, 15% off, and again, an additional 5% off when you use coupon code Nikachu at checkout. I am just forgetting the sponsor, and Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. That's right. And hey, for all of you that love Decklist review, and you love submitting your deck list, you have unlimited creativity and capability when you're renting decks from Mana Traders. Because hey, 20 cards don't work, you rent another 20 cards, see if they work. This is unlimited creativity, and that's why the metagame has been moving forward big time and is evolving faster than ever, thanks to services like Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 15% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu. Yeah, we forgot the sponsors. Meatball gonna go hungry. You hear that, Chubby Meatball? You're gonna be hungry. Chubby Meatball's always hungry. Every single time. Blood Control with Chalice, best deck in Modern. Oh, it's very good. I don't know about best deck. Certainly Chalice of the Void is a huge metagame call, but very, very good. Alright, okay, now, deck list review time. If you want to submit your deck list, if you are on Facebook or YouTube, you can go into the description, and then in the description there is a link to my Discord. Join my Discord, and then go to the channel Decklist Review and enter the command !review deck space, give the URL to your deck list, and boom, you're eligible at random for Decklist Review. And let's select away. All right, our first contestant today is Raz. Congratulations, Raz. You're the next contestant on Decklist Review. Do you think the new Teferi is going to be played in Modern? Nope. Unless someone wants to troll around with Teferi Tribal. Okay, what is this? We got MTG Raz Modern. Hunted Orb. We've got the Husher here. Oh! I think I know what this is going to be. This is about playing cards like Kroxa and cheating around the Torpor Orb thing. So we have Eater of Days, 4 mana, 9/8 creature, flying trample. When it comes into play, you skip your next 2 turns. But that ETB effect will be negated if you got the Torpor Orb in play. Hunted Horror, same deal. It's a 7/7 trampler for 2 mana. But not that big of a deal. Well, the downside is you give your opponent 2 green Centaur creature tokens with protection from black into play under target opponent's control. But If we have no ETB effects, then that's not going to happen. So we have a combination of Hushbringer and Torpor Orb for this. Croxa, Titan of Death's Hunger. You have 2 mana, 6/6 creature. Strict Proctor. Whenever a permanent enters the battlefield, causes a triggered ability to trigger. Counter that ability unless they pay 2. Oh, so we've seen a deck like this before, but they didn't have Strict Proctor in it, and I think because it wasn't printed yet. So now you have 12 copies of cards to set up your deck. I like it a lot. Vexing Devil. This is probably the crappiest of all your cards. Probably not worth it. It's Ether Vial would be more worth it, I think. Ether Vial is interesting. Hold on, but it doesn't change anything, right? Maybe Ether Vial is not necessary. Or hold on, let's see your mana base. Blood Crypt, Caves of Koilos, Fetid Heath, Graven, Karns, Mountain, Plains. What are the colors of this deck? Colorless, black. Oh, it's Mardu. It's Mardu. Okay, you can get away with this. Probably you should have fetch lands, to be honest, to make your mana more consistent. And you should have like 1 Triomen in all of that, but yeah, that'd be it. Malakir Rebirth, okay. Inquisition, Unearth, these are fine. Damping Sphere, Fatal Push, Path to Exile, Pithing Needle, and Thoughtseize. Well, I don't even know if we need the vials. The vials don't actually make any sense at all, because... Oh no, it makes some sense. You know what, yeah, you can swarm the board with these tiny things. Everything's about 2 mana anyway. Okay, yeah, let's play with some more Ether Vials. Take out like 2 Unearth or something, or 2 Malak... no, I like the Malakir. Let's take out 2 Unearth. For more Vial. Or at least 1 more Vial. Or you could go down a land, actually. You could go down to 19 lands in this deck, because you don't need that much mana. Like, Eater of Days is probably your most expensive card. Everything else is 2 mana, it's okay. Is there any other, like, really powerful cards we can play? Is this it? Add the new Vampire in this deck, Slaughter Specialist. So 2 mana, 3/3 ETB. Each opponent creates a 1 white 1/1 human creature token whenever a creature an opponent controls die. Ah, this is too weak. Need something bigger, more beefier. Prismatic Ending over Path? Yeah, that's an option. Yeah, that's definitely an option. You could go Prismatic or split it up a little bit. I don't always want to say like Prismatic Ending is strictly better than Path, because we got some big creatures in the format like Murktide Regent that Prismatic Ending ain't hitting. It's not going to hit at all. Is the 1 mana 12/12 legal? That's on the reserve list. I know what you're talking about. That's a reserve list card. And no, it's not legal. It's a legacy card. Asarak the Archleech. Enters the battlefield if you haven't completed. How does this combo? I don't know actually why you would want this, because we would turn off the ETBs, then it's just a 5/5 creature. Big question. No was able to answer so far on my side. Does Kadena can reduce the cost of a creature card face down in exile with Vivian? What? Okay, hold on. I will try to quickly answer this. Kadena. I'm guessing this one. Can reduce the cost of a creature card face down in exile with Vivian. The first face down creature spell you cast each turn costs 3 less to cast. So this definitely will reduce the cost. Whenever a face down creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. The first face down. Yeah, so like whatever face down card. So what does Vivian do? Hold on, but no, I don't think a card face down is in exile. Can a face down card be in exile? I don't think so. I think if it's in exile, it's exile, but maybe I'm wrong. Oops, Vivian. And which Vivian? You gotta be more specific here. You're not specific at all. Here's the thing. If it's in exile, I don't think it's face down. Well, which Vivian? We got 6 Vivians here. I don't know every Vivian. There are cards that exile a card. It has to be cast face down. Stuff exiled with Vivian might be exiled face down, but you'll cast it face up. Okay, I think that's a good answer. I've never heard of a card face down in exile. Once it is in exile, it's in exile. Only works with Morph. Yeah, like, okay, so first face down creature spell you cast each turn costs 3 less to cast. What does that mean, first face down? Because it's already cast. Oh, I mean, I guess the activated ability? First face down creature spell you cast each turn. No, but you're casting as a face down spell. The War Vivian? It's we're a bit derailed, but this sounds like a really hard question to answer. You may cast creature spells as though they had flash until your next turn. Up to 1 target creature gains vigilance. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Exile 1. Oh, exile 1. Oh, interesting. Exile 1 face down and put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. For as long as it remains exiled, you may look at that card and you may cast it if it's a creature. Ooh. The first face down creature spell. This is actually a really good question. Like I would, because when I'm because it's only face down for Vivian. It's only face down for Vivian because they just don't want to reveal what the card is to the opponent until you cast the damn thing. It's a face down creature spell and it is an exile. The first face down creature spell you cast each turn. I would say yes, but I don't know. I would say yes, but I don't know. First face down creature spell you cast each turn costs 3 less to cast. It is a face down creature spell and it is exiled. Morph. You may cast this face down as a 2/2 creature for its turn. Turn it face up any times for its morph cost. No, but there are cards that you have a card on the battlefield, it's a 2/2 creature, and then it's a face down creature spell, but then you can like basically pay its mana cost to turn it face up. Or this is so weird. It's like Kadena is speaking directly to the Vivian card. Because I don't even know why a face down card has to be cast in the first place. The first face down creature spell you cast. Yeah, manifest cards. I'm gonna say yes until a judge says otherwise. You exile it face down, but when you cast it, it goes on the stack face up. This is a very interesting question. I mean, this is like way beyond what I would see in competitive Magic. I believe that Katarina refers to Morph and that other Morph-like mechanic. Those face-down cards aren't exiled. I mean, that might be true, but still. Kadena allows you to cast a card in Morph for free, not turn it face up. The first face-down creature spell you cast each turn costs 3 less to cast. Yeah, I know what it's meant to do. Like, yeah, it's meant to, like, cheat on Morph creatures. But, still, we have this weird interaction here where we're exiling things face down, and you can cast them. Anyway, if I can remember, I'm going to ask a judge friend about this. It's a funny question. Anyway, okay, back to Decklist review. The only things you can change, I think, are your mana base. You should have fetch lands in here, and if you don't have fetch lands, you should play some triomes, because you're really not doing a whole lot on turn 1. And you can go up to 3 to 4 Ether Vial, take out some of the Unearths. I don't know how good or bad Unearth is in this deck anyway. And by the way, fetch lands probably are fine in your deck, because you want to be able to bring back your Kroxa anyway. Like, naturally, I mean, like, exile 5 other cards from your graveyard. It's possible Ether Vial is not even important, you just go to 22 lands. But I can see the appeal to playing, like, Strict Proctor on turn 3, plus another creature at the same time. Like, you vial in the Strict Proctor uncounterably. And, to pick a choice between keeping Path to Exile or... Like, I think you should have at least 2 Prismatic Endings in here. At least two Prismatic Endings. Hey, Kevin, that's... This was a very Magic the Gathering, like, question. Like, it's such a bizarre question. Alright, next lists. Alright, we got Coxie. Oh god, we got a Yorion list. It looks like a commander deck. Vanifar Pod. Ooh, okay. So Eldritch Evolution, Court of Calling with Yorion. 4 Birds of Paradise, 3 Giver of Runes, 4 Noble Hierarch, a Collector Oof, Sanctifier, Scrib Ranger, Spellskite, Well of Blossoms, Deceiver, Exarch, Deputy of Detention, Glasspull Mimic, Knight of Autumn, Neither Reliquary, Magus of the Moon, Renegade Rallier, Tireless Tracker, Breaching Hippocamp, 4 Prime Speaker, Vanifar, Restoration Angel, Shalai, Voice of Plenty, 2 Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker. You're going for all the combos here. Teferi Time Raveler, 4 Aladamri's Call, and a big pile of lands. So the list is cool. I think for the most part the whole thing is fine. But my question is, do you really need Yorion? Was that necessary? Do you have enough ET? You do have ETBs in this deck. You have Well of Blossoms. You have Deceiver Exarch probably is not a very good ETB. You have Deputy of Detention, reset it and get something else. Knight of Autumn. Neither Reliquary is not an ETB. Neither is Magus of the Moon. Renegade Rallier is an ETB. Breaching Hippocamp, Restoration Angel is fine to blink. Like, I'm not really seeing a good reason to play Yorion. I'm just not. I don't see. You could build it better for Yorion so that, like, you have a lot of things to blink, but I'm just not seeing a whole lot of stuff to blink in here. Just wanted to give it a try. All right, you can give it a try. Would evoke creatures work in that deck? Absolutely. Absolutely evoke creatures would work in this deck. Absolutely evoke creatures would work. You probably don't need the second Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker, right? You probably don't need this one card because you're just going to dig for it with Aladamri's Call or Prime Speaker Vanifar. Or do you want it like as like you need the second copy just in case they kill the first one? But I think evoke creatures would do very well in this deck. Like, even just one. So you could, like, Aladamri's Call for a Solitude or for a, for an Endurance. Temur Battle Rage? Nah, a deck like this doesn't need Temur Battle Rage. It's going to combo off or it's going to grind you out in value. Is it a money deck? It's not too expensive. You know, for as many cards as there are in this deck, it's quite affordable. Most decks in Modern now are like $1,400. They're big money. Cursecatcher and Tideshaper and Modern Merfolk. Downsides? Thoughts? Cursecatcher is okay. But it's just a very small creature. Francisco, I'm late to the party today, right? Thanks for commenting my deck Bluetron last stream. Really hyped to devote myself into Bluetron. You're welcome. Yorion does make sense for pod style decks. Most used ETB creatures could lean into that archetype. I like that's something I would like to see. Like, Collector Oof is okay. I mean, this is okay. This is an ETB, so that's fine. This is not an ETB though. I'm guessing this is necessary for the combo. Can you blink permanents? Exile any number of non-land permanents, so you can't blink the land. This is ETB. This is not ETB. And won't this screw you over, like, equally? I mean, maybe not. I mean, you've got a lot of mana dorks. But this, well, whatever. You can have a silver bullet in the deck. I would just think that this deck should have, if you're going to lean into the Yorion thing, you should have more ETBs. And also the ETBs would, like, if it was more ETB focused, you could play with, like, 4 Restoration Angel. And that, like, Restoration Angel is a very good card in a deck with a bunch of ETBs. You could, like, play with, like, Renegade Rallier, attack, whatever, get value, then Restoration Angel, and do the same thing all over again. And Restoration Angel does technically, like, when you blink the, what's it called, the Renegade Rallier, that permanent did leave the battlefield when, even when it came back. Camera Soul's price gonna drop? No, I don't think it's gonna drop. Sorry about that. It's probably only gonna get higher. Is it time to bite the bullet on Cavern Souls and Aetherbot? The time to bite the bullet was during the pandemic. Like I told people that prices were the lowest ever. That was the time to buy. So, and a lot of people bought. And now that the world, like, when the world started opening up, that's when the prices were gonna go back up. Everyone wants Cavern now. Isn't Eternal Witness better than the second Kiki? That could be a good suggestion. Yeah, Eternal Witness is a nice card. Maybe we squeeze an Eternal Witness in here. And it can get back your Kiki Jiki even if it dies. But it's just more versatile, you know? It's like, if I mean, I don't know exactly what to gut out of this deck. I don't even know. Giver Runes is probably okay. Horde of Calling, Eldritch Evolution. Eldritch... Well, like, does this deck want to use Eldritch Evolution? You don't have any good... Like, you don't have Voice of Resurgence in here. Which is, like, a good Eldritch Evolution target to pop. I would just pack this with more things that... I would just be more careful about what... Like, I don't even... Is Knight of the Reliquary even necessary? Does this even do anything for the deck? Or is it just, like, a zoo card? It's just a random zoo card in here. You have, like... No, oh, hold on. You might have some way of dealing damage. Do you have the land that gives pro some color? No, you don't even have that. Okay, so... Here, we found some room. Get rid of this card, which is unplayable in Modern. It is just straight garbage. Straight trash. Add more ETB creatures. Or add more Restoration Angels. That's probably what I would do. I would take out this Knight of the Reliquary and have 4 Restoration Angels. Is there a Wall of Roots? That would be an excellent ramp card. Well, they've got this. I mean, this is not ramp, but they have a Wall of Blossoms, but it's a card draw. I don't think they need ramp. I like this deck as like a value deck, like a strict value deck, so that when you get Yorion out, you have huge value. So like you blink Restoration Angel and a bunch of these other cards, and Restoration enters the battlefield, and boom, you get to blink something and you get value out of it. You know what I mean? So I would take a hard look at every card that A, does not contribute to the combo, and B, does not contribute to value with Yorion. And I would gut them. You know, do you need Spellskite? You have Giver of Runes already. Do you really need this card? Scrib Ranger, what is... I mean, this might contribute to the combo in a way that I can't see at the moment, so maybe I'm not going to rag on that card too much. This is an okay card. This deck should have at least one, Skyclave Apparition. Wall of Roots is great with Quarter Calling. It is. And maybe this deck really shouldn't... Maybe this deck should be leaning harder on Eldritch Evolution instead of Quarter Calling. I don't know which one it should be. Planning to sell my Mox Sapphire and Mox Pearl. Is it a good idea? Do you really need the money? Because I would say no. If you're not putting the money somewhere else, I would say absolutely not. I would not. I'm not selling any of my cards. Diamond Hands. Diamond Hands. Everyone sells thinking, oh, it's the peak. It's over. 10 years go by. Oh, why did I sell my cards? I hear this story all the time now. People sell their dual lands. People sell the Gaia's Cradles. People sell their, like, Grim Monoliths. And you're gonna tell yourself one day, 20 years from now, when these cards are like 20, 40 grand, it's like, why did I sell them? Why did I do it? I don't think it's a good idea. Unless you need the money for something. That's the difference. You know, don't put yourself in debt over keeping these cards. So anyway, that is my suggestion. I mean, the deck is sort of cool in that way, but so we've suggested some cards to bring in, but take a good hard look at cards that do not, like Tireless Tracker also does not contribute at all to combo or Yorion value. Like, it's a value card, but it doesn't contribute to anything. It might be better off as like another Renegade Rallier. I'm not sure what this should be. I mean, maybe Tireless Tracker as a one of is like okay because you play it and you play it on turn 4 and then you play a fetch land, get 2 like tokens out of it. But if you're, but the thing is, if you're playing Yorion, like make it worth it, because otherwise, don't play Yorion. Play a 60 card deck. That's my take on it. I don't have other very specific actionable advice. The rest of this is okay. And that's about it. So thank you very much for submitting the deck list. Cool list, by the way. Very cool. And that's going to be it for Coffee and MTG today. Thank you very much for joining me today. If I didn't get your comments, questions, or deck list, hey, we do this Monday to Friday, 9 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be that or be square. Also, if you'd love to support the channel and you don't do so already, and you don't give the super chats, like all the generous super chats I got today. Wow, we got so many super chats today. Thank you very much, everyone. I really appreciate it. But otherwise, you can support the channel by dropping a sub at twitch.tv/Nikachu MTG. You can always become a patron at patreon.com/Nikachu MTG. Or you can hit the join button on YouTube. That's all good as well. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining me today. I hope your coffee was as delicious as mine. I had some good coffee. And after starting this fire day with Magic, I screwed up my catchphrase. Keep brewing up that coffee, coffee crew, and we'll keep